And there was a correspondence dinner. I know you didn't hear about it because this administration is not really all that fun. They're the people who are like, hey, we're throwing a dinner. And you're like, all right, what day? I'm busy that day. And they're like, huh? What'd you say? And you're like, did you say Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. Oh, I'm busy Wednesday. Sorry. It's actually Thursday. Thursday too. Rats. If you said Sunday, it's not Sunday, right? Okay, well, I'm busy then too, but never mind. Anyway, that's what kind of crowd we got at the White House nowadays. But there was this dinner, and they did have it, and Joe Biden kind of said some dark stuff. Now, I will say, obviously he didn't write these things, but the fact that he was willing to say them says a lot. But I'll also say Trump does get at him quite a bit, but never in a real dark way. This is kind of dark. Listen to this. Here's Joe Biden telling his first joke about Trump. And also the fact that Trump is even the focal point of their dinner is very odd to me, just in general. Here, check this out.
I had a great stretch since the State of the Union, but Donald has had a few tough days lately. You might call it stormy weather. What the hell?
Interesting. Look, Kamala already laughing. Doesn't even know what she's laughing about. She's like, is this the new White House? I like this place. Are we going to have dinner like this every Sunday? It's Thanksgiving, yes? Here's some word salad I brought for everybody. But yeah, to bring up the fact that Trump is dealing with these legal cases, for most of us, we're looking at this as obviously these were not at his request, but definitely at the administration's request. I mean, it's helping them the most. It's not doing justice for anyone. And what I mean by that is the cases, they're not bringing justice to anyone. The bank did not receive justice by Trump getting that massive fine. There was no justice done there. In fact, we don't even understand where the money's going. It's not going to the bank. There's no person who incurred any debt or fraud or anything. No one was out any money. So where does that money go? It pretty much just goes to the city of New York and probably to illegal immigrants. So there's just no justice in this. And the only thing it's really helping is, the Biden campaign right now. So here's another thing that he said. The caption on this is, Biden lies about the Trump bloodbath comment, then complains about election misinformation. Regime media will not correct his lie. Let's get into it.
He is their revenge and retribution. When in God's name have you heard of another president say something like that? And he promised a bloodbath when he loses again. We have to take this seriously. 8 years ago, you could have written off it as just Trump talk, but no longer. He is their revenge and retribution.
Back when I wasn't running, you could have just took this as Trump talk, but now it's serious, very serious, and we all have to have our squinty faces on. Everybody, put your Mr. Magoo without his glasses on look. Everybody, put on the Mr. Magoo running the country. How about that? Isn't that interesting? Who will give him his glasses? How will he ever find his glasses? I don't know. But, he's talking about the bloodbath comment. He's focusing on Trump. It's very interesting. It's supposed to be a light, fun time where, everybody just kind of jokes around. It's almost like a roast type of energy. And most of it's supposed to be directed towards the president. But instead, it's being focused towards Donald Trump. Maybe it's because Biden feels like Trump is going to be the president, so why not roast him now? Maybe that's the feeling that he has. I don't know. But, yeah, it was just kind of dark, little shady to make comments like that. But at the same time, again, like I said, he didn't write these things, but he's willing to say them. And, maybe he has gotten wind of all the things that Trump has said about him. Although what Biden said wasn't really true, and what Trump says about him is hilarious. And of course, I'm very biased. I like Trump. I like his antics and everything. But then something shocking happened at this dinner. There was someone from the cast of SNL. And I don't know if you've ever heard, but SNL has never, ever been funny. A couple times when Will Ferrell was around, Eddie Murphy. But in the past 10 years, it's been the worst show on television. I don't know if you've heard that. Maybe it's just me. I was a Mad TV kid myself, okay? That's what I like to watch. I was an In Living Color kid back in the day myself. Was never into SNL, I have to say. But something happened. And one of these characters from SNL actually said something hilarious. This has never happened before. I don't know what's going on in the world now that someone from SNL is actually being funny. I don't know how to handle this. The only thing I can come to conclusion with is eventually that this gentleman is going to be fired for actually being funny. It must be against some kind of contract that SNL has with everybody that's on the cast. It must be. But anyways, listen to this.
It's also wonderful to be back in Washington. I love being in Washington. The last time I was in D.C., I left my cocaine at the White House. Luckily, the president was able to put it to good use for his State of the Union. I'm kidding, of course. The president doesn't call it cocaine. He calls it high-speed rail. By the way, can you blame the guy for turning to cocaine? He must be exhausted, orchestrating 4 separate trials against his rival, rigging the Super Bowl, and gearing up to steal a second election. Wow. Biden laughed. It's also wonderful to be back in Washington. I love being in Washington.
It's one of those things, it's funny because it's true kind of thing, it's one of those. And this gentleman's name is Colin. And he spells it right. He spells it with 1 L. From one Colin to another, you're on a very unfunny show, but you yourself have done comedy today, sir. From one Colin to another, I salute you. Colin salute. So Colin salute. Anyways, that was the main highlights from this whole dinner. And I have to tell you, I love you guys. I'm not watching that whole dinner, okay? There's only so much that I can put up with. I've watched The View for the people who watch my channels, okay? I've watched an hour of The View, okay? My work is done, okay? I watch Joe Rogan episodes on 3 times speed, okay? I'm not watching the whole Correspondence dinner. I'm not doing it. Okay? I'm just putting it out there. I'm sorry. There's some things that I will do, and there's other things I will not do. Just like that State of the Union. I wasn't watching that. You kidding me? I wasn't watching that. I watched 40 seconds of it. I'm not doing it. I apologize, okay? I've watched an hour of The View, okay? Let me be clear about this. I've done enough. I don't know how much you guys want from me, okay? I can't do that. But those were the highlights. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But again, very dark. Here's the thing. The things that Biden said, it's like, yeah, they're jokes. Obviously, stormy weather, Stormy Daniels, the whole case. It's like, okay, I get it. But at the same time, there is a guy who's running for president who has to be in court all day. He has missed his wife's birthday. He's going to miss his son's graduation. He can't campaign. He is just stuck around this courtroom having to deal with this case that is, from what I can see, delving into this case, is nonsense. And at that point in his life, the actual sitting president decides to kick that guy while he's down. It's just very dark. It's like, I get it though. They're just jokes. I get it. It's just very, very dark, But anyway, what this Colin here said, not this one here, the other one, what he said, I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Anyways, guys, just wanted to show you that. Like, subscribe, share. It helps tremendously, and I'm out.